What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dad Does Videos, coming at you today from my backyard, where we are going to show you how to hook up this new Suncast Hosemobile hose reel. So a great way to store your hose, and if you need to move it around the yard, it's a great way to do that as well. Alright, so first things first, we are simply going to snip this tie that's holding this hose that's connected to your hose reel and free that up. I just happen to have some garden shears nearby, so I'm just going to use these. Of course, you can use whatever you want to get that tie off. Okay, so after you've got that tie off, we'll move on to the second step, and not surprisingly, it is taking off this hose from the hose reel, and we're going to connect one end of this to our spigot, and mine conveniently, of course, is right here. So we're just gonna put that on right now. Once that's tightly on, we're gonna get the other side and connect it to this part of your hose reel. Same thing, just turn the dial clockwise. Step 2 out of the way. All right, let's move along to the third step. We are simply going to grab the bottom here. Here's the handle that you'll be using to move your hose reel around the lawn. If you wanted to make it mobile, you simply pick it up, go all the way up. You'll hear it click like that, and you see you're locked into place. Now, a little tip here as we veer off to the side with step 3, if you ever wanted to move this back down, say you're storing it or maybe doing something else, there's an easy way to just move the handle back down. There are these 2 black buttons in the back, one on each side, one right here, one right here. You simply push those in, and then your handle moves forward once again. We're gonna keep this up for right now because we're in the midst of putting together the hose reel, but I thought that'd be something that might be useful to know. Okay, moving along to the next step, you're gonna locate the outlet that's coming off of your hose reel right here. This is the where the water is going to enter the hose that you connect. So it comes in from the spigot, goes in through this section right here, and then it'll come out right here. You're simply going to just connect your hose to that. So I have one right here. We're just going to slide this on and twist. And you just want to hand tighten, and no need to get pliers or anything else involved in this. So once you got your hose hooked on, you're going to use the handle on the side and just simply roll the hose all the way on. Now as you go, you're going to want to even it out. So as the hose starts to go on this part of the reel, just make sure it starts to move back and forth across the whole part of the reel here, so you don't get one jumbled up mess on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and reel mine up, and we'll be back at you. All right, so we're all set up here. This is what your reel should look like when you are finished. So a couple more tips. The first of which is, as you know, we connected our hose reel to our spigot here with this, I don't know what this is, about 4 feet of hose. Obviously, if you want to make this more mobile and move it around the yard, there's nothing wrong with going to Home Depot or Lowe's and getting yourself a much longer hose. That means you can then actually use this thing to move it around the yard to get to places maybe you couldn't reach with just this 3 or 4 foot hose. Of course, you could put a longer hose on the reel itself. Just depends on what you want to do. Again, for storage purposes, and it's a little bit hard to see, but there's a tab right here. So if you pull this tab towards you, and you could push the handle in. So sometimes, you know, you might need that extra space to push this in the garage or somewhere else, maybe in the winter when you're not using it. So it's convenient to do that. And if you want to pull the handle back out, you simply pull on that tab again and then pull the handle out. And additionally, if you're wondering what these little holes are, or little hooks up here, you can hang your hose off of those too. More of a preference thing. I'm not a big fan, but what you can do is just slide your hose up through the handle and simply push it into the hook. Some people like to do that, some people don't. Up to you, but the option's available for you. That's it for me, everybody. Thanks for watching.